Good morning, good morning. Good morning, I'm Sharaad Kuttan and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines, the 27th of January. It's a very short week because of the Chinese New Year holidays that begin on Friday. But we come back often with front pages to the main themes of Malaysian life. Where is this country going? And the Star takes on the proposal, it's merely a proposal at this point, of Sharia cops. Yes, religious policing. What they're going to police, we don't really know. How they're going to do it, we don't really know. Will they be able to carry firearms? We don't know. The point is, there's a proposal, and that's supported by the Minister of Home Affairs, Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. You know, he was all of last year angling for visibility in the media with sometimes rather outrageous statements. But at any rate, that's coming from that part of the political spectrum. This proposal, of course, is getting panned by some lawyers and constitutional experts, and it's getting support from others. Something to read. You have a picture story of liberal Malaysians who want to see an end to the kind of politicking around religion. They came together on Sunday at KLCC. Interesting bunch. I count myself as one of them. I wasn't there, but I must ask you if you think that many Malaysians feel the way they do, and it's something for the media to find out. Really, take a reading of the temperature or the political barometer in the country. What do Malaysians, or most Malaysians, really care about? Sina Harian also trying to ease tensions by organizing rational and informed debate on these matters, had under pressure cancelled their forum for this afternoon. It was going to be on at 2:30, but Perkasa and other groups came in and Sina Harian said regretfully that they were withdrawing the proposed forum. Also, but they do have a story on those banners that appeared in Penang around some churches using the word Allah and in a rather provocative style making the message public using the word Allah. Sina Harian and Utusan and various papers have reported that the police believe that the churches were not involved in these controversies or in the putting up of these controversial banners. Somebody else is involved. Who they are, we don't know. What are they up to? Well, that's clear. They want to create strife. So they're trying to raise the political temperature by doing things that are provocative. Now, The Sun has a story on the Scabies attack and a apparent infestation at the Kajang prison. What's interesting about this story is that it comes via P. Uthai Kumar, Hindraf leader, who is now being held in Kajang prison for sentenced to 2.5 years for sedition. And so some people might consider him a political prisoner. I don't know what you think, but at any rate, his family visited him. He was suffering from scabies. They claim now that there's a large-scale infestation. He hasn't had much visibility in the media. This story gives him much more visibility than he's had for months now. The New Straits Times has a message from the Prime Minister and the President of UMNO to find new relevance for itself in the changing demographics of Malaysia. Though as Malaysia shifts to an increasingly urban population, it went from something like 62% in 2000 to now 70% of the Malaysian population, and I guess voters, live in urban centres. Now, UMNO leads the Barisan National Coalition, but is not strong in urban centres. In fact, it lost almost all urban centres to the federal opposition Pakatan Rakyat. So that's troubling. It's also troubling that despite losing many of the cities, much of the capital and the Klang Valley, it's still in control of federal power. And the reason for that? Malapportionment. Go look it up. Malay Mail has this story on the haze. Yes, hazy weather. So if you look out the window right there, you'll see it's actually bright and sunny in Bandar Utama this morning. But nevertheless, hazy weather in KL and 16 towns and biting cold in 5 areas. But how cold is biting cold? Apparently, Malaysian standards put that at about 22 degrees. Now, I don't agree with the Malay Mail. I don't think we should use the phrase biting cold to describe 22 degrees. They do. What do you think? Berita Harian has this story on 2 companies sued for not fulfilling their obligations to build a highway, and also the ongoing saga, a storm in a teacup, about a teacher who made as students act like cows. Now, depending on which newspaper you're reading and who you're reading in those papers, some people have said that this is a racial attack, and that's a spin that suits the mood of some people in this country. They want to see everything through racial and racist lenses. Is this just a teacher with a problem of anger management, or is there a real basis for the claim that it is racist? Kuttan, Malaysia has the rather tragic consequences of Egypt's politics now erupting again in violence. Some 50 people dead as a consequence of clashes between the supporters of deposed President Morsi and the supporters of the current military regime that's now trying to impose itself and legitimize itself through the elections. But there you have the Penang story in Kuttan. Some decent reporting there, just the bare facts that the police have said that the churches weren't involved. So the question is who? Harian Metro has stories, and so does the Edge Financial Daily. I'm just going to point to that. Edge Financial Daily, again, possible price hikes. Malaysians are very concerned about this. They don't always get as much play as the other more incendiary stories, which are more colorful, I guess. Harian Metro ends our roundup this morning with a story of extortion. Now, this story of extortion includes the extortioners getting into a DK Barat song as a way of bullying the victim. Now, if you don't know what DK Barat is, it's simply a traditional form of choral singing from the east coast of Malaysia. I find it very entertaining. Obviously, they thought this was going to result in the victim parting with his money. Curious one, but you might want to look that up. And so that's the phrase of the day, DK Barat. DK Barat is a musical form from the east coast of Malaysia. Very entertaining. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there are many samples that you can find. Well, that's all we have for this morning. It's a BFM's Morning Headlines with me, Sharaad Kuttan, on BFM 89.9.